We're attempting to go live. We'll see what we get. It looks like we're live. Hey, everybody. I don't know if you're watching, but we're glad you're here, and I hope we're joining it. This is for Zoom. Just call me Chris, and we'll go over to Dana. Introduce yourself and who you are and what you do.
Hey, this is Dana. I'm also known as Troubles Brewing on most social media. I'm also the Lego ambassador for DIxielug, which is how I met both Chris and Mark.
Ambassador.
And as obvious, since we're talking about old gray brick, I'm a classic space fan. Actually, just space. I think it was. Isn't that what we do? Space. So welcome to the chat.
And Mr. Mark.
Hey everybody, I'm Mark Sandlin. I am a longtime old school Lego old guy, and I've known Chris for 20 plus years. I don't know what else to say about that. We've been doing the Lego thing for a long time.
That's right. Oh, and we have some folks actually in the chat with us. Winter Bricker. Met Winter Bricker through being online in some chats. Welcome, Winter Bricker. Moto is an amazing builder. I don't know if you guys have seen Moto's builds, but Moto actually does some insanely awesome Technic builds, and he's a good guy. So welcome, Moto. Nitro Creeper 970, that would be also known as Fazoom Jr. in the house. That would be my son, who is sitting right there on the other side of the computer. I haven't got him on yet. And also Pink Wheels 3, who said Earth. We say space. So anyway, good to have you there. And a friend of Moto's there. Let's see if anybody's on Twitch yet. No, don't have anybody on Twitch yet, but hopefully, probably everybody's looking at Crystal Star from her live stream from, she was one of the contestants, one of the pretty contestants on on the Brickmasters. So anyway, all right. Moto just said, I'm only now getting discovered since I've never been outside of Denver for a show. You seriously, Moto, need to come to Brick Fair, Alabama. Okay. Oh, Pink Wheels, that is Meredith. Hey, Meredith. Y'all say hey to Meredith? Meredith. In our club. They actually threatened to be Statler and Waldorf to us in the live chat and everything. So, in fact, if Meredith, if you guys want to join us live, I'll send you the link here in a little bit, and you guys can join in and everything. So, we did this last week. We're going to try to do this every Thursday night and add folks in from our club, and also we're going to reach out to some old fans that we've known for years and see how they're doing in the hobby and everything. So, all right, well, starting with Dana, who needs to call himself Troubles Bricking, and you still haven't done it yet, so you're a fail.
Yeah.
What are you building? What are you gaming? What are you doing, man?
So I will recap on the whole Troubles building versus Troubles bricking. I did post it up to my Instagram followers just to see what they thought, and there was a resounding response to say to change it to Troubles bricking, but some people who commented to keep it to Troubles Brewing said that they liked the double meaning, which was primarily the reason of doing it in the first place. So I'm sticking with Troubles Brewing. So
that's all good. You should really put bricking in parentheses after it. That'll be fine.
I can always do that. Yeah. But I did do my brew house, so it's still kind of all relevant.
Yeah, that's true. You need to make a space brew house for the moon base. That would be cool.
And you know what? Now that I have those orange corner pipes, that would probably work. I could make the brew house kind of orangey inside so it would stand out a little better. So that might be an idea. I like that. So what I'm working.
Want to welcome real quick Carlsvik Bricks to the chat. Welcome. Glad to have you guys here.
Hey, Carl.
I'm sorry.
So what I'm working on, kind of, I put myself into a building quarantine until I finished sorting the 70 pounds that I had gotten last fall. So now I'm on to the black, which is my least favorite.
Is that a pile of black on your?
That my whole table is covered with black bricks.
I got to give you the screen on that because I just thought that was your tablecloth there.
Yeah, no. It's all black bricks. I do have it actually. There is a method to the madness because everything has its associated pile. The only thing that's not on the table is a tub of plates and 2 small bowls of little bits. So at this point in time now, I just need to finish sorting all this. And the process for this was that this bulk lot had just a whole mess of sets in there, and I was able to hope like a gallon bag of minifigures. So I went through and I picked out which minifigures I could figure that went into a certain set, and I came up to about 29 good sets that I can build out of this. There's a bunch of Batman stuff in here as well that was missing figures, so I just said I'm only going to go with the sets that I knew that I had all the figures for. So now that's where I got to go through here and pull out all those. I've got 29 tabs open up in another window for Bricklink to go and figure out what's missing from each set. And then I also decided to start parting out a UCS Ghost from Rebels. So that I'm going to probably hopefully start building here in the next couple of weeks once I get the rest of the parts.
Do you have the figs for it?
Was that?
Do you have the figs for the Ghost?
Oh, I have. You can see top shelf. I have the actual Lego. How do I do my finger there? There we go.
You got it.
I got it. So yeah, so I've got all the figures for the Ghost, which I didn't realize that the regular Lego Ghost set goes for well above retail price now. So
stupid money. It goes for stupid money.
Stupid money.
And there's the Kane and Jarrus only came in that one set. She came in 2 sets, but Kane and Zeb only came in the Ghost.
Yep.
And then there's a super rare Kanan that has the black hair and black eyebrows when he wasn't supposed to, or something like that. So
when they changed the production run.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so there's like super duper rare stuff like that. So
is he supposed to have brown hair instead of black hair on the figure?
I can't remember which is which, honestly. I don't know where he is. So, but anyway, all right, cool deal. Well, we'll circle back. What you up to, Mark? What you been up to this week? What you been playing, gaming, building? What?
Spent a couple of hours playing Minecraft Dungeons with Paul this afternoon. My son.
And Paul is your mini-me, right?
Yeah, my son, he's 8. He, like most 8-year-olds, is big into Minecraft. And, of course, Minecraft Dungeons just got released this week. So he came over this afternoon from his mom's house, and so we played some Minecraft Dungeons for a while. It's basically Diablo with Minecraft style, you know.
Diablo.
But yeah, it's fun. We played that for a bit, and we thought it was awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, and I know that's something you and a lot of the guys in our old guys fans, they Minecraft and everything. Our friend Tom, who has left this world for the beyond, he was a big into that. I believe he played with his daughter now. Is that right?
Yeah, she is on a server that one of the other Lego guys runs, and occasionally she logs in. I don't see her a lot because of being on the West Coast. Our time zones don't line up great.
Right. That's cool.
You know, occasionally say hi to her and stuff.
Cool. I try to keep up with Tom's wife, April, and she's doing well. I think I need to catch up with her and everything. Tom's our good friend, the man who wanted us all to build an orange, and
love him. Never met him, loved him.
Do what?
Never got to meet him, but I loved him because he loved orange.
Tom was good people. He was like the best of us. He was all a good buddy. He is a radio guy and all that kind of stuff. So Tom's a good guy, and we miss that dude and everything. So all right, I tell you what, Dana, what are you doing?
I was just looking to see which one I had.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you show off that figure? I got somebody I'm going to invite in here, so give me half a second to take my eyes away from the screen here and everything. And
I'm going to have to actually go and look to see Because he only came in the Ghost, I guess.
That's correct.
But I thought he came in 2 sets.
Nope, she did, but he did not.
Oh, so he came in a couple of different sets, but the one with the brown hair definitely came in the Ghost, and the one with the black hair, which I do not have, unfortunately. This is the brown hair. So, that just for giggles, I looked to see how much the black-haired one goes for.
Mm-hmm.
Starting price in Lithuania is $66 US and goes up crazy to $136 for somebody in Germany. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
black hair came in, and he's not only black hair, he's black hair and black eyebrows. So I guess that's the real distinction is his head.
Yeah, I don't. But how much is that? Is the rarity of just the fig, or the hyper multiplier of being a Star Wars rare fig that makes that do that?
I'm sure it's probably the multiplier of the Star Wars rare fig. Who we should have on sometime is
Corey.
No, guy from I can't believe I'm even forgetting his name. From the Sugarloaf store.
Oh, you're talking about that guy.
Yeah, that guy. We'll have a minifigure show and we'll bring him on.
That's true. He would know it all. They would know.
He would probably have been really quick to tell us which one this was. So, but yeah, did you have somebody you were bringing in, or? Yeah,
Meredith, and then we're coming in. Let me add them to the stream. In fact, they're here right now. Hey,
Natalie was the one saying, "I want to go on and say hi."
Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. You want to see the shirt? We're wearing the Antithesis to Space shirt today.
What? Okay, you're out. No. I mean, I'm wearing my space shirt today, so
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to tell you guys that we needed to do Lego Star Wars Day or T-shirts, but just to make fun of Matthew if he showed up with something else.
Yeah, I sent Matthew there. All right, so I went to the store today. Oh, by the way, we had some friends, Bricksmith and some other guys. They were really asking what the heck was the deal about Fleebnork and Fleebnork duty and stuff like that. So I made a visual illustration of that. Fleebnork duty was the punishment we would quote unquote hand out to somebody who had done something wrong or silly or something in our groups back in the day, and they had to go to clean the tops of the little monsters off the top of the ship. So there are Fleebnorks on the top of a spaceship eating the power cables, just like Monox in Star Wars. And I have myself on Fleebnork duty in my outer space exosuit or whatever, and I'm having to burn off the Fleebnorks. It's kind of a combo of Monox and those little bumbleball creatures from the Out of the Jet from whatever movie Bruce Willis is, the Fifth Element. Right? Yeah, where they had to burn those out and everything. What's funny about that is you can totally tell it's that little bumbleball toy from kids just jumping around with some plastic coating on it and everything. It's so funny.
Probably like Plasdip. They just covered it in Plasdip and let it roll.
That's right. They're high. All right. So Meredith and Natalie, what is going on nerd-wise for you guys in your house today?
Well, did you do any Lego this week when I was at work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's been working on furniture. You want for furniture on the modular house or on your other Belleville house? It's on a Belleville baseplate.
Oh, somebody's just logged, or either I have or they have.
There
we go.
Oh, Belleville. Why don't you go get your Belleville? We love the Belleville base plates.
I know is that the one that has the extra tab out and you can connect them all?
Not really. It's just got a lot of molded in features.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd like to see it. We lost Mark?
We lost Mark. So also, for those who are not familiar with Mare, as we affectionately refer to her, she was actually showcased yesterday on Beyond the Brick for her awesome Ninjago mock.
This is a Belleville base plate.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I've got some of those. Well, I don't know if I have that one. Well, let me see the rest of it.
Nice flower motif. It's got nice stairs.
Oh.
Version of that one that came in dark gray, also like the old dark gray.
The old dark gray.
Old dark gray. Yeah, I
There's
can't.
a dungeon over there, but she says it's not a dungeon.
Not a dungeon.
Not a
Not
dungeon.
a dungeon.
Not a dungeon.
You could put some lights in there, and it could be the party basement. That would be it.
It could be the septic tank.
Or the wine cellar.
That's true.
So what's going on there? Anything fun? Just to hang out?
A pillow full of radioactive goo.
All right. I think
That's what we've been building.
Zoom Junior is handing me one that I have just like it, but it
Yeah.
is.
There you go.
It is.
Like that.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, we were like, this is just filler, but, you know, I kind of miss these. This actually gave you a good.
Good base plate. If you didn't have a lot of bricks, you can do a lot of elevation changes.
Yeah.
Later, Moto.
They don't even put, except for,
Yeah.
Bricksmith is in the house.
I was just going to say that.
Welcome, Bricksmith. How you doing? Hey, man. If you didn't see it, this is Fleebnork duty. Do y'all know Bricksmith?
I believe we heard him quite loudly at
Bricksmith, you are famous for the woo, man. So, Bricksmith, this is Fleebnork duty right here, having to clean the bugs off of the top of a spaceship for punishment for misdemeanors and things like that. So, build that just for you, man. Bricksmith, you need to watch your mailbox. You got a box on the way. So anyway, all right. So I went to Walmart today. Oh, anyway, any more stuff you guys are nerding about or doing over there?
We finished last weekend the steampunk.
The rain.
Oh yeah. Hang on, let me give you the full screen so people can see that. There we go.
With somewhat steampunky Marty and Duck.
That's really fun.
That's super fun.
Complete with the at a time license plate
Nice.
that we stole from the other one.
I think the Ewok wings are my favorite.
Those aren't Ewok wings; those are Avatar wings.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Someone's Avatar.
Avatar wings.
I
I'm
need
sorry.
another one.
And then I think Nat, to complement my build, I guess, what's the robot on Doctor Who called? I never.
Dalek.
What's that?
Dalek.
Yeah. What is this, Nat? Is this a robot, a steampunk unicorn robot with a whip, which scares me?
You have different weapon types. Wait, hands enough.
So that's been our build that we've been working on.
Nice. All right. Good deal. Way to go. All right. Well, I went to Walmart today. We've got some things we'll talk about, but I went to Walmart today and I saw my first whatever series, whatever, and I got Llama Lady today or Llama Girl.
Ooh, we don't have her.
I want her.
In fact, I got 2 Llama Girls today.
So does that mean you're missing Space
Girl.
I have
Actually, I am not missing Space Girl.
Nice.
I mean, obviously with COVID and stuff, I am not going to sit there and feel for the bags and everything. Let me add Matthew's coming in here. I am not going to do the feel for the bag. I'm just going to grab them. Matthew, what's up, man?
It's good to be back.
Yeah, good to see you.
It's been a fun Lego week.
I'm going to have to hit refresh again because every time someone joins, I can't see or hear them because of this janky
Nat, stop playing.
thing. So I'll be right back.
All right, I'll look for you in the bottom.
I made a little investment. You guys hear me okay? I know last week it was kind of quiet.
You were fine for a second, and now you're soft again.
Yeah, as long as you don't rattle bricks close to the computer, we're fine.
All right.
You just pass it to me.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll have to figure this out some other time. But I bought the instructions for a fan design. It's called the Baroque Church. Italian guy in Europe has had them for a while. So I went ahead and took the plunge because I started. I'm almost done wrapping up a couple of my big long-term rebricking projects. So of course I need another long-term project to start saving bricks for. So it looks really cool. It's a white building with some sand green roof. And I like Baroque architecture. So time to start throwing parts in a bucket for that thing.
Cool. Do you have like the instruction picture or something printed out that you can throw it up on the screen and we can see?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Yeah, maybe you can share. I'll let you share. I don't know how to share screen. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know if I can switch it to my
Look down the bottom. There's controls. So make sure you share screen. So.
video.
Hey, Matthew, who broke it?
Ba-dum-bum.
I was waiting for the dad joke, but
Wah, wah.
Brian, stop stalking us.
I was gonna say Baroque Church. Their budget must not be doing well. Anyway, so, but anyway. Oh, wait! I got another minifig. I actually got 2 of these today. The pseudo fat Power Ranger guy.
I want that one.
The Power Ranger fan wants it badly. Do you know how many seasons of Power Ranger there are in the United States?
Well, I got 2 of them today.
There is 20 seasons of Power Rangers. 20.
I think there's more than that. I think there's more than that.
I knew it because I Wikipedia'd it after I found all these seasons, and I'm like, well, how many did they make? And I know in Japan it's on forever, but in the US they produced 20 seasons of it.
That's crazy. I remember being when I was at Tech at college. There's a guy around he's a good friend of mine. We still communicate on Facebook and everything. His name is Mason. Mason Carr is his name. And man, I'd come back from class and he would be in there eating cereal and watching Power Rangers every day in college. It was hilarious.
The theme song was the best. I mean, even now I'm just like, yeah, that's a pretty kick-ass theme.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, here's another one I got today. I got the diver with the turtle.
Ooh, that turtle is adorable.
I
The turtle
know.
is cool. And I got the castle guy, and I don't really care. So
I like the castle guy.
Yeah, me too.
If somebody ever wants to make more Game of Thrones mocks, not that I like Game of Thrones anymore because they destroyed the series for me. That would be a good fig for like Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I will say okay. I don't know anything, but no, I'll take your word for it. That's awesome.
Well,
So,
think
yeah,
about,
no, if you guys want to trade some for these, I'm
think about how Battlestar Galactica ended and apply the same level of disappointment to Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
No, I think it was actually worse than that.
it's worse.
Yeah.
really.
Character goes from being pretty much good with sprinkling of like, yeah, I should do that, or I shouldn't, maybe I'm kind of gray, to a full 360.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull you up on the big screen there.
Ooh,
Maggie.
pretty.
Here we go. Oh,
So the resolution's terrible because it's my phone, but
Is that
gives you-
the one in the Vatican?
it looks reminiscent of the Vatican, but I don't think that it is exactly.
A 1 for
but
1, yeah.
It's I don't think it's an actual physical building. It's just kind of inspired by design.
I get it.
But it is an Italian guy, so maybe it is, loosely based on the. I'm not Catholic, so I can't tell you what the name of that area is, but I know
It definitely looks very Vatican-esque.
it does. I agree. But I love the fact that it has the
Very
curve.
popish.
Anytime you can get curves and with square Lego bricks, I'm always pleased.
How did they make the dome?
I don't know. I just got the instructions today.
I am still pondering how to make good domes.
But someone on the Facebook Lego architecture page is building it right now, and I asked them. I said, "Is it stable? Are the instructions relatively clear?" And he was like, "Oh, they're very good, and everything's stable once you complete the segment, and it's locked into place." And so I don't know if he's done the dome section yet, but he's about 2/3 of the way done with it. He had nothing but positive things to say about the design.
cool. Well, that's cool. All right. So who built that, and where did you get it from? Rebrickable, or where did you get it from?
It's clearly I was not prepared for these questions.
You're supposed to be studied up for your report.
It's on the website Bricks and Tiles, where you can buy instructions, and so they have instructions for other modular type buildings and other architecture stuff. And it's by an Italian gentleman. Let's see if I can. Giancanto Consiglio. I'm butchering this, but Consiglio. Giancanto Consiglio.
Not going to work here anymore.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. That's good. Well, good deal. All right. So, so have you guys been checking out has anybody seen the new Technic Lamborghini? Do you care? No, I got no's. Okay. All right. So then,
It's not made of bricks. I don't care.
yeah. Okay. There you go. So how many of you actually, I mean, unless it's like a little gift that somebody gives me, I do not buy Technic sets. Although we bought Chima and they were technically Technic sets. I'm just going to, but I don't want to go on that rant today. But so how many of you buy Technic sets?
I'm only half of my house. Well, 2/3 of the household, and the other third of the household has quite a few Technic sets.
That's true. Your engineer husband does.
We have the Porsche GT3. He has like 3 cranes now. We have a bunch of the other. Apparently, there's some. You know how I guess whatever the style is that they make the cars for, the Lamborghini, the Bugatti, the Porsche. Apparently, there's people out there that make mocks for other vehicles, other supercars. I think we have like an Audi or something like that he made. So they're sitting in our room collecting dust.
Well, yeah. Okay. So I guess maybe one of the reasons for me of not getting a Technic set is I don't ever want to take a Technic set back apart because that's a pain in the rear. I mean, a big pain in the rear to try to pull all that back apart and then pull all the things out, all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to deal with that because pretty much, unless it's something super special, I'm going to pull it back apart to build something else. I don't really put a whole lot on my shelves to display. I do, but I don't so much. So that's the reason I don't get Why do y'all not like Technic sets? That's just kind of curious.
Brian likes getting them to learn techniques just like you would in a brick built mock. That's what he told me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would say I don't find them aesthetically pleasing. There's often gaps. So like in the cars, and I'm not a car guy to begin with, but oftentimes when they build a structure, there's gaps and it doesn't have that smooth finish. So it's probably just a matter of taste, but I like the smooth. I'm a big snot guy. So, I want as few studs and connections visible as possible.
I would agree, but I am a car guy, but I agree for the same reason, is because the Technic cars are ugly. And I don't buy a car to look at the gears. I buy a car because I like the car.
I gotta agree with the aesthetics appeal. They just never really, spoke to my inner builder. It's not something I want to try and build. I do find that I wind up holding on to Technic pieces specifically for the eventual great ball contraption that I keep planning to build more of that I never seem to get around to. And then I also keep thinking that probably some good Technic structure would be good inside of a seriously huge investment in parts that I keep wanting to build as well somewhere down the road. But outside of that, it's just not my wheelhouse. It doesn't fit with any of the things that I already built. So
here's my theory, and it might be totally wrong, but at least when it comes to the cars, well, I think Mark and I are both car fans, and you look at F1, and F1's insanely popular outside the U.S. And car racing in general, that's not NASCAR, but sports cars is insanely popular outside the U.S. So I think Lego kind of makes those sets for the adults who love Lego and love cars that are not typically U.S. market folks. That would be my guess.
And from what I understand, Technic is wildly popular in Europe. It's a big deal. But Technic is not very popular in America. And I don't know, or whatever.
The other thing I'd say about Technic is that it's almost its own skill set to build with. So
totally.
I built the modulars and I build my own buildings, and I have a good feel for how things fit together and kind of how the shape and proportion. But if I had to design, so I have a dream of doing a large spaceship at some point. I've been kicking around some ideas, and if I ever do that and I have to build a Technic core to support it, it's going to be like starting from scratch. I mean,
you're going to build a spaceship?
I have dreams,
I mean, I'm on stage at the moment thinking
I also want to hike the Appalachian Trail.
Do I?
I have a very specific spaceship in mind. I want to build from the original Alien movie the huge mining vessel,
The Nostromo.
the Nostromo with all the things sticking out, and I've already set aside some parts for that. But to make it so it doesn't just fall apart, it's going to need some kind of Technic gut.
This is a beautiful moment.
There's a space guy trapped inside this modular builder. I mean,
Okay. Well, if you build a spaceship, I will build a module.
Ooh.
You build a what?
If you build a spaceship, I'm talking a ship. It's got to be 100 studs long, the whole smack.
Okay.
I will build a modular for the town layout.
Ooh.
Something that would probably fit in next to my space store, maybe.
Wow, I need to get this. Well, this is being recorded, right? So
This is on the internet forever and ever.
all right.
Welcome to the chat, TD. It's good to see you here. But yeah, no. I mean, I may have to take another heart pill tonight just because you said you wanted to build a spaceship. I'm so excited by that, right? So, but I will build a modular if you build a spaceship.
So, but let me throw it back to you for a second. You have very large spaceships, and how much Technic is inside underneath all that, or is it just regular bricks and plates?
Let's rewinding it. I don't build with Technic very well at all.
Okay.
To me, the best thing for Technic is making what we refer to as the Technic sandwich, to make the bases for spaceships, a line of Technic bricks interlocked with plates on top and bottom.
Okay.
And everything to not build a nice big floor. So when it comes to Technic, that's kind of where I go. And also Technic gears make really good engine greebles and gun greebles. So that's where my gears go.
The folks that use Technic parts for greebling.
Yeah. Do what now?
The folks that use Technic for greebling.
Yeah, I use Technic for greebling. Hey, the 1x4 plate with the whatever you call that thing, great greebles, right? With the gears anyway. So, but when other than that, it's very. I mean, unless I'm using a Technic plate for a snot technique or a connection point for a all that kind of stuff. But now I will say though, to stretch myself, the last ship I built, the big ship, the white one, the Atlas or whatever, I used Technic to make a triangle-y or whatever box to then add plates to. And that was about the extent of it. It was hard. It was hard to do the math. I don't do Lego math very well, how to get the half plate to do the half and the whatever to make the snot work. And I have snot rulers built so I can, I've got stacks of bricks, 2 plates and a snot brick so that I can put on something to figure snot out sometimes because I just don't think it very well. So then adding the Technic into that, that's not happening for me. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
So the whole snot thing, it's always mystified me on some of the ships that I've seen. The actual official Lego ships that you'll see, like the Galaxy Squad ships, always did snot on the sides so that they would add on these nice curved pieces to round everything out. And I was like, how do you even put your brain around that to get that to be in the right place? And that one's still very hard. I will say that the new cargo containers that I built.
Storage compartment.
So the cargo containers that I started working on.
Hang on, let me give full screen here. Because I don't think you've shown this on this. So
the world unveiling.
Yeah.
Need more separators, Dana?
Yeah, I might need a couple separators.
You have like a 5-gallon bag of them.
Well, the funny thing was I thought I wasn't going to have enough because I woke up in a dream and thinking, I wonder if I don't have enough brick separators to do one of these. And then I went looking for them like, I have more than enough to do one. I have enough to do actually like 4. I was like, all right. But so the cool thing is that the whole thing is, there's no top or bottom. It looks like the same on the top and the bottom. As far as
I guess they don't want to put anything breakable in the to know which end is up, right?
Right. And so putting it together, I had to do these snot pieces to lock everything in so I could have studs or spacer or holes on the bottom on both sides.
Oh.
Because both of the cargo pieces are the exact same. And so on the inside, I have these little pieces that are basically just, they've been created with the brackets. I don't know if you can tell.
Yep.
So there's brackets going down and brackets coming up. And just to space those all out so that I could put a 2x6 plate on both sides to lock it all into place so that it looks the same on top and bottom for the pieces to lock into place. That whole concept doesn't come naturally to me. And I think that's probably one of the things about Technic too, is that doesn't come naturally, is that level of Lego math that takes your brain in that direction is not just something your natural Lego builder does. If I need to make more of these to make my 100 studs long, I'll come to your house.
I'll bet the club could make 100 cargo containers.
Yeah,
that's right. We should all donate. Hey, that looks like a big old bag of carrots, and you need some hummus to eat with it. That's
Here, we'll show you you want to see my failed attempt at Technic spaceships?
Oh yes.
Hold on, can I turn my camera around, or maybe not?
Failed attempts. We're also having confession. Welcome, Brian.
Let's check.
Brian,
Back has 2 cameras.
I don't think it does.
No, I don't have 2 cameras. So there's the Space Palace version.
Let me give you full screen here.
It's
You've
got
got to turn that into a moon base module. I'm just saying.
all Technic structure, and it's a complete failure right now. And here's version 2.
I thought the A-wing was crashing into the Star Destroyer.
And there's version 2.
Wow.
A-wing for scale.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You definitely need to make that a moon base. That way it'll be taller than anything Andrew has. That would be great.
We can look at landing on the moon base for some more party time.
You want to make that into a moon base?
No, I'm not making that into a moon base. I like it. I love you, honey, but I don't like that.
If you'll build a moon base, I'll build. Never mind. I'm not doing that.
I gotta build my space Costco.
Yeah, what's up with the Space Costco?
I gotta be pushed because there's a show. Just like I made Trish a Bauhaus, office complex because they need some more buildings for the pre-COVID trains. So once the shows happen, I'll be pushed.
I can appreciate that. It seems like most of my mocks only come from there's a show coming up I want to build for. So.
Welcome to the chat room, Kevin Hinkle. Hey, Kevin.
Oh. Whoa. Kevin A. Hinkle.
Kevin A. Hinkle. The A stands for artist or Aloysius or hey, look at there. Oh, wait, Kevin, I don't know if you see this. There we go. Look at there. All right. At least 2 of the 5 people here patron you.
Your sisters were very helpful in bribing the last days of e-learning.
Oh, nice. Mr.
Lucy.
Oh, yeah.
The Amazon princess.
You drop one.
And Ames on the floor. Or the nondescript air nomad.
Oh, wait, I throw this back up there. I didn't have you on the big screen.
It was Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, Benny. Benny belongs to me.
No.
Kevin, that's who bought your Captain. You said you finally sold a Captain Marvel. That may be where it went, right there.
This was the currency for finishing schoolwork.
The A stands for artist. At least it stands for artist and not formerly known as artist or something.
That's true. All right.
My mother's middle name is Agnes.
Hey, actually, you know what? We know Matthew's also wearing the Galaxy Explorer shirt too.
There you go. There's some serious Hinkle going on in this room, right?
I got the dress code. I got hazed for violating the dress code last week, so I came prepared.
His sound just comes in.
Peer pressure. See, you wore the shirt. Now you want to build a spaceship. This is a great moment.
the other ambition I have is that I want to build a spaceship longer than a certain other person that keeps bragging about his 5 foot long spaceship. I want to build one that's 6 foot and just have it be ugly as sin, just to be like, but it's 6 feet.
Okay, well, that guy at Brewing, but when I was building the big ship, I had to be a competitor with Mark's bad guy spaceship, the Skull Ship. I kept asking him sneakily, "How long was your spaceship?" And he kept kind of telling me how long is. Gosh, what's the name of the big spaceship? I can't think of your big spaceship, Mark.
Asmodeus.
The Asmodeus, that's right. I had one of those installed in my bathroom. Anyway, so my Asmodeus is clogged. But anyway, so I was sitting there trying to estimate studs, and I'm like, I think mine's shorter than that. And so I literally added some links to the back of the engine pods on my Atlas and everything, and I named them the Sandlin extenders. So I could just say I made a spaceship a little bit bigger than Mark's.
Like an antenna on a skyscraper.
True story. Yeah, that's right. To make it taller, add a little more antenna to the skyscraper. That's right. All right. Chris's modular can't be the Waffle House. No. You can't. I can have the Waffle House to be a modular, right? It could be a modular.
I think we're building a Waffle House for the town.
I am actually, but it's not. I mean, it's its own thing. A modular.
It was under construction.
It has to have floors to be a modular.
Hey, Chris,
You know what? I want to do this. Market problem is we want to do back in the day to make some little because we used to have a big rival between Castle and Space, and I wanted to build a castle that would transform into a space robot, and just have it sitting there in the castle layout and come in overnight and transform it into the robot as it's bashing its way through the castle layout and everything. That would be awesome. So that could be a possibility for my modular. Have it transforming and everything. So
I've been a terrible person that's never been to ABC. I only see them at shows. They have like a black. They have their own. If you watch the tours that they show, they have like a Blacktron building. I think it was Space building.
Oh yeah, the display inside the store.
Yep.
Yeah. Mark actually did most of that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he did. He would be another great one to have on the show. He's another great builder. Also very popular.
I thought you were talking about Mark Sandlin. I'm like,
no,
he is a great builder,
but no. Mark and Steven,
brothers.
I sent a message to him today about it. I didn't hear back.
Yeah, they built this whole town scene, and each of the little buildings are definitely themed after specific themes across Lego. You know, they did a little space section. There's the Ninjago section, all sorts of stuff along there. I think there's like a Western one even, and some other stuff. Fantastic.
Yeah, those guys are crazy though. I mean, they're he'll post. I got a little build time in this weekend, and he goes to show his castle layout. He's built like 8 base plates worth of mountain and the castle. I was like, I'm not sure I'm real happy with it. I'm like, I don't know what you'd be unhappy about, but anyway.
Yeah. No, they I don't know. We've talked about this before, where they have a down at Atlanta Brick Company. They do what's referred to as brick battles, and so they'll take the little not the spring-loaded bigger darts, and that's the weapon of choice for the game, and shooting down minifigures and stuff like that. But they've made these little tanks and these insane little mocks just for the game. And it blows my mind away. I'm like, what were you thinking? How did this happen? And they're like, oh, we were just thinking around and decided to build this. I'm like, oh, to be homeschooled and have a bunch of Lego able to build with all kinds.
Yeah. Oh, hey, welcome the Mathley fam. Neil, that's you, I believe. It's good to see you guys here. Neil, it's good to have you here and everything. So, all right. So we got talking about the new Technic Lamborghini, which none of us care about because we don't care about Technic cars. I think Technic and having the special fairing pieces to cover the Technic is a big cheat. But if they're going to be a Technic, then be Technic. You know, the Technic fenders to me, but I don't like it anyway. All right. So I believe, Dana, you were going to talk about dots. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. So I was really excited. You know, Rick Set did the Ha April Fool's Day, and showed us that they were going to do spots, the Dots parody, and that they were like a whole bag of this classic space tiles that everybody's like, oh, we wish this was really true, and we all knew it was April 1st. It was not going to happen. But then Lego announced Series 2 for Dots, and inside the mega pack with 5 wristbands, there's supposed to be a 1x1 round with the classic space ship on it. It doesn't look like the planet and the whole thing, but just the little ship. And I thought, oh, great, this is cool. I never thought about buying this set, but I'm going to buy this set just because I want this one tile. I'm going to spend $24 for one tile because I'm expecting that they all the tiles are going to be the same. So I went ahead and bought the set last night, and I got home and I was all excited, cracked it open, tossed out the tiles, sifted through it. Yeah, the tiles are random. They are not specific for the set.
On Bricks and Pieces?
It's not available on Bricks and Pieces yet. So if you were thinking, oh, I'll just go buy that set hoping that I'll get that space tile, it's not guaranteed. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to one of our other lug mates, and he was looking for another tile, and his set didn't come with the tile he was looking for. So maybe it might wind up being a trade thing, or hopefully they'll show up on Bricklink or Bricks and Pieces eventually. So sadly, no space tile for Dana until later.
Well, I'm gonna be straight up. I knew it was April Fool's, and when it came out, it was April Fool's.
Right.
I was hoping it was going to be that rare occasion where he was April Fool's with the things, the spots or whatever for the boys, and then they were going to do it because I was going to be all in, man. That would be. I mean, I thought it was great.
You would have been all in for it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah. What you got there, Miss Natalie?
Well, we went on a Dots craze, so this was our first Dots, and we made additional Dots. The Sleepy Dots. Another favorite. Oh, this was one of my favorites. We've been going Dots crazy.
Cool. So does it come with you make the basic box like the Lowell Sphere kind of box kind of thing? And
the ones that are the picture that came in the set are picture holders.
Oh.
I've been using them like that. We've just been using them as sculptures, and then I just used some the 2x2x2 snots. What's that piece called? You know what I'm talking about.
Brickhead pieces.
The brickhead brain pieces.
Oh. Cool.
Yes.
One time we're not so common, and now it seems like they're very, very common. And then now
some brick pieces.
Yeah, but now the 1x2 vertical is now the more sought after piece. I know when I started parting out that UCS Ghost, and it wants a bunch of them in a couple of different colors. I'm like, okay, those will be ordered.
The ones we used for the Rich Boy J Razor Crest, they don't show in the mock. And I'm like, we found them in lime green from the Shimmer and Shine set. I'm like, we'll be using these.
Oh, yeah.
The Shimmer and Shine spa set, remember? We bought for parts. We just wanted the minifigs. You wanted like Bachelor Batman.
It's all about the minifigs.
Fine.
It was called the Shimmer and Shine Spa.
Yeah, Lego 2 movie. Yeah,
Lego movie 2. Yeah. All right. So hey, somebody in our chat on DIxielug this week, Dana made a comment that this is a good segue to that. Made a comment in jest that you have to build if you don't build your set and then tear it apart, it's wrong and everything. And I know you said that tongue in cheek, and I know who replied to it, and he doesn't get tongue in cheek. It's the way it is and all that kind of stuff. But I remember when I was that way. I had to build every set that I got before I tore it apart.
Right.
In fact, sometimes instead of sorting it, I would just let it start to be eaten on my desk because I knew where those parts were. Right. Like loaded with a bunch of white brick. It's just going to sit there and disintegrate and everything, so I can get the pieces out of it. All right. Are any of you that way? Do you have to build this? If you buy sets, all right. Tell me why. Matthew's not his head. Why?
So I bought quite a few of the clearance Lego Movie 2, the Shimmer and Shine, and the big.
There's good parts in there.
There's good parts, but I wanted just to see the techniques, and I just feel like I'm OCD. So if I'm going to break apart a complete set, it has to be built at least once before I commit sacrilege of parting the thing out. And I actually did it recently with the Avengers, the orange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the orange vehicle, whose spaceship name I'm spacing on at the second moment. But I bought that one to part out, and I sold off the minifigs to pay for the other parts. But I built the ship just to tear it all apart again. But I'm the same way.
So now, if you get multiple copies of a set, though, you don't build each one of those, right?
I almost never break out multiple copies, but I did buy 2 of some of the Lego Movie 2. In the second set, you're right. I just immediately parted it out.
Okay. See, guys, I think that's when I stopped doing that is when I like, oh, I can get a couple of those. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to build the second one. And then you do that again, you're like, I don't really have to build the first one now. You know, it's kind of a slide into that, whatever. So, all right. So anybody else, do you have to, if I'm buying a new set, new off the shelf for the set, like we ordered the Monkey King sets and everything. Yes, I'm going to build those. But the stuff I pull off clearance is usually what I'm just like, yeah, that'll go in there. I'll get the parts out when I want it, or maybe I'll build it or whatever. All right. Yeah. But for even clearance sets, do you have to build it, or do you just put it in the closet of shame?
You know, it's funny because I made that comment, tongue in cheek, that you buy a set and granted it was a poly bag and it took me a whole 5 minutes or less to build all 3 versions of the poly bag. But normally when I buy a poly bag for parts, because that's usually the size of set I need unique parts for, and it's cheap and a quick acquisition. Especially Ninjago poly bags always have the newest little parts that you want for a build. I never build them. I just go ahead and just throw them in there and pull up pieces and away I go. And I should say never. I mean, sometimes I might build it. Like there was a little metallic dog that was in a Ninjago set. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I built it, took it right apart again, and tossed it in pieces because I was looking for something specific for a build I was working on. So I guess it depends on if the set looks appealing to want to build it in the first place. Otherwise, it's parts. Parts is parts.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, if it's something I've never built before and I see that there's something new I want to learn, and I usually do. I mean, there's new techniques and stuff like that. But then I don't buy stuff to display. I buy parts to stick in drawers and not get dusty there. You know what I'm saying? But that's just where they go.
I know nothing about your dust problem.
Hey, that's why I got my blush brush and everything. Oh, yeah, my video that I made, and I left my 409 bottle on the desk. And I got more comments about the preview for my video having a bottle of 409 in the background than anything else. I'm like, yeah, I built a Micah 409. But I had to get whatever was coatings a bunch of the bricks of the classic space sets I got this week.
Be very, very careful with 409 and ABS.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been testing it. It seems to be okay as a general cleaner.
Yeah, just don't let it dwell too long on it.
Do what now?
Don't let it dwell too long on it.
Will it eat into it?
I mean, if it would take a lot of exposure, but if it has any sort of bleach in it, which I think 409 has a little bit of bleach in it, the bleach can start breaking down the ABS.
No, not to do it. Actually, I need to do the whole hydrogen peroxide sunshine method on a whole bunch of bricks and everything. In fact, I pulled out my drawer of whatever you call these, the 1x1 style with
all of those,
the headlight holders or whatever. And I was having to replace one of the thin ones in a classic stick that I got this week because they changed the design.
Yep.
And so I go through, and all of a sudden I'm noticing that all of my old ones, well, the newer versions or whatever, a ton of them are turning yellow. I mean, it's almost like I got tan in here. There's a whole run of them that are turning yellow. So I'm the bleach.
An infection. It's an infection.
It is an infection. Technically, it's the second law of thermodynamics.
It's what?
The second law of thermodynamics.
Ironically, it actually is.
I don't. Yeah, I know.
Is that the color of entropy?
It is the color of entropy on plastic. Yes.
Plastic, yeah. Chris, I will say that I did the whole peroxide bath on a bunch of old white and blue and gray last summer. I will say that the longer you leave them in there, the more brittle that they will become. So make sure you got a good amount of sunshine. Keep an eye on them. Agitate the tubs as often as you can to get the bubbles going, because that's where it's creating the reaction. But it does a really good job. But it will affect the bricks. Definitely not something you would do to something that you plan to sell. Not that you're a reseller, but just for anybody else who's out there, it does affect the bricks. Just beware.
Well, that was actually what I was going to ask. How did it? Because I had heard that it would, but I hear that somebody doing it was like 3 hours in the sun and that's it. I don't know. Is that the deal? Or
Jane did a tutorial on it, but I think you're supposed to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I would go out like every 15 minutes just to keep an eye on it, agitate the tubs, let the bubbles go. I mean, you can feel not just the sun, but the chemical reaction is creating heat as it's doing what it's doing. Again, I would have paid much more attention in science if I knew I was going to use it more as an adult. But it definitely is a chemical reaction. I had a big older blue 8 by 16 brick that was a blue one, and I think it was already brittle to begin with. So after just sitting in there for about 20 minutes, it just cracked on its own. It wasn't even like I dropped it. Just the chemical reaction caused the brick to crack.
Chemical embrittlement. Well, the issue is that when they injection mold plastics, there's stress built into the system. And when you start having those reactions coming and they're relaxing the plastic or changing the properties of how that plastic is, it's going to let the plastic relax, which when it releases stress, it shows it as a crack.
Yep.
Sorry.
So what happens if you throw some pop rocks in the mix?
Whoa, Matthew.
I'm dating myself here.
Yeah. So Matthew pointed out, Brian's Bricks pointed out that he opened a 20-year-old set and the bricks were already starting to get yellow. That's not a surprise at all, because it's not just sun that does it. Heat will also do it in general.
Air and heat.
Yeah.
When they age automotive plastics and rubbers, they actually do it in an oven that has ozone, which is pretty much just taking your heat and your air and just aging it accelerantly up so that you can see how that plastic acts.
Yeah.
After 5-6 years of being in a hot engine, say.
Yep. So yeah, not a surprise that opening up a brand new box after 20 years, they're yellowed. So
I'll turn on the plastics engineer now.
Dana and I share an interest in action figure collecting, and there's a lot of heartburn among Star Wars people whose white stormtroopers stored in a dark, temperature-controlled basement still turn yellow with time. And it just happens.
Yep. Inside the blister, and it's even more painful when it's inside a mint card. Unless you're gonna put that, suck all the oxygen out and put in a slab and pump it full of CO2 just to counteract that, it's going to happen. It's just
I'll get thermodynamic art.
Yeah.
I'll find
it. Chris complains about his seriously huge investment in parts. Your big white ship that you noticed the last time we were at Brick Fair, which was 2 years ago, it had started yellowing in a lot of the bricks. But for that, and more so in the gray, but I think the white still the same way, it gives that more real world look, because unless you're going out there every year and like you're painting the shed and you repaint your spaceship, it's going to start to have that effect. And I think it looks cool on mods. I really do.
Makes me think a Fleabnort took a whiz on the side of my spaceship.
You've got a seriously bad infestation of Fleabnorts. That's for sure.
Well, I've actually wondered if I could pull out those parts and even just in regular light, take some peroxide and just kind of paint that brick a little bit.
You'd have to order a UV light.
You have to get a UV light.
Yeah. Which be careful, because people will assume you're doing some sort of inside hydroponics.
Yes.
So don't be ordering any small Ziploc bags at the same time. Just to say.
Yeah, because no Lego fan has small Ziploc bags around. I mean,
Well, oh, and I forget his name. I'm horrible with names. I can see his face in my head. The other guy who does the timeline bricks with me in Brick Fair,
Wiggins.
Wiggins, yes. He ordered a scale, a counting scale, in a bunch of little bags. So I'm sure he's on some list somewhere.
That's awesome.
Brickling stores. What are you going to do?
That's right. All right. So just let's listen to the last minute confession. How many Bricklink orders have you made? Let's just say in the month of May.
I'm looking at you, Matthew.
0 Bricklink, but I made 4 bricks and pieces order in the last month. And they were all not small.
I know. I've seen pictures.
No, let's not go right now.
I had Bricklink orders and had them in my cart, and I finally like, nah, I won't do it. I mean, not Bricklink, but bricks and pieces. I have plenty of carts in my web, which I'm so glad they saved carts now on Bricklink and everything. I think I got like 15 carts that I'll look and then have to go through and adjust what's been sold and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, all right. So, Sandlin, I don't think you bought anything lately, have you?
I bought the Hidden Side shrimp boat for Paul.
Which is a good set.
That's a fun
It's a good set.
He really likes it.
That is a great set.
Yeah, he's played with it a lot. He really enjoys it.
Wow.
We're
Brian-
still fighting over who gets the albino alligator.
In the chat, Brian Brick says 9 Bricklink orders in May. Quarantine gets boring.
Way to go, Brian.
Wait, you're a champ, bud. Way to go, man.
Well, I anticipate. Well, see, like I told you earlier, if you were catching in the beginning, I put myself into a building quarantine until I finished sorting that 70 pounds. So once this black is done and the 30 quarts of Technic that are on the floor in here that I need to do, I'm going to be doing some serious parts and bricks and pieces and Bricklink orders probably through the month of June. So ask me again in a couple of weeks, and I bet you I'll be up there with Brian on that one.
Are the Technic pieces on the floor through your own volition, or did something bad happen?
I will show you. Hang on.
All right, Meredith, how much Bricklink have y'all done, by the way? Oh, here he comes. Never mind.
Yeah.
I did 2 orders in April, but we haven't done anything in May. But I did have an eBay order.
All right,
You
hold
guys
on a
don't
second
have
there, Dana. Let's
everything
see
in
it.
your house.
Is that your Technic box of shame?
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of 70 pounds of Lego in general, this was a 30 quart. I'd probably say it's a good 20 quarts worth of Technic that I got to go through.
So, in other words, you had 1 Chima set in that lot. I got it. All right.
Well, I know for a fact that there was the Star Wars roller tank from Clone Wars. So that's in there. I know that's a lot of Technic. Oh, it's Brian Ronnie. Oh, we know Brian.
Ronnie in the house. Our very cool, and I'm going to call him millennial. He'll probably be mad at me. But
Hey, millennials are like anyone
just
under
graduated
40 now.
college. Congratulations, man. All that kind of jazz. All right. Hey, guys, we're in an hour. Anybody got anything last they want to say as we wind it up?
You want to say anything? You gonna prove Dana wrong that you said more than 2 words in your entire life?
Yeah, but she didn't say it in person, so I'm not counting it.
That's right. People say anything behind the internet wall.
There you go. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Oh, and I did get this week. I
like that.
I got the light. I decided to take it out of the box and put it on my shelf and
Good for you, taking it out of the box.
stuff.
Do you have a Batman clock?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put heart stickers on them?
Oh, one. Really well.
I do need to find one of those in blue, by the way, Chris. So if you ever see one out there, let me know.
Yeah, did I tell you where I got it from? I did an image search for Google because I've just been trying to find information on who used to sell them and all that kind of stuff. And a site called Poshmark came up, and I looked it up, and I'm like, this is a used clothing site. And I look, and this lady's selling it and she's selling it for $30. It's in the box. It's sealed in the box. Everything, and it's the white one, not the blue one, because the blue one was more readily available. Because it's what the blue one is printed on the box, so this is the white one. And so I'm like, all right, this is a risk. I don't even know. I mean, I did my due diligence looking to say, is this a real site and all that kind of stuff? It's the thing trying to sell Lego for off-market prices, and so it's legit. And I PayPal'd it, and I went back a couple days later. I saw that I had tracking info, and it showed up at the house, and it's as pristine as can be. It never been opened.
Nice.
So it's like 7 years old or something like that. So this lady's been holding on to it. This
Could have had $4,000 on, was it Bricklink?
What?
Could have had your $4,000 on Bricklink.
Yeah, there's some guy in France selling a blue one of those for like $8,000 on Bricklink or something like that. So
you should list yours used for $1 billion.
$7,999.99. That's
So yeah, Bricklink prices were the highs and lows. We'll save that conversation for another day. Find it very interesting.
All right, you do it too. You go, okay, let me look at the lowest price, okay, and then we look at the highest quantity. All right, let's see who's hit me where I need to live right there. So
yeah.
All right, last parting words. Anybody got anything to say?
We're still looking for a catchphrase.
Hey,
Well,
We lost Brian to woodworking.
Smith has, you got to love those bricks, and I was all, you got to clean those bricks this week. So I don't know.
You got to sort those bricks.
You got to sort those bricks. Well, that's forever sorting and everything. Uh-oh. What did I say? I said something that made Hinkle mad. So,
Well, you infringed on the always sorting, which he's already laid.
Oh, there you go. That's true. That's true. That's true. Is this a regular thing? We are going to make it a regular thing every Thursday at 7. And so Neil, we'll help you with that. We'll make sure that happens for you. Neil, I can't wait till we get kind of out of COVID. You can come hang out at the house. That'd be great. And same bat time, same bat channel. We'll do a 7 o'clock on Thursday. All this kind of stuff. Like I said, these are all members of our DIxielug, and we have more members in DIxielug we'll be adding in. And we've all got some old friends from long ago Lego, old gray Lego fans that we can bring in here as well. So anyway, all right. Well, let's just say goodbye and good night to everybody. But yeah, the whole Jed Clampett thing. See, only old gray bricks know who Jed Clampett is. So
let's not go there.
Yeah. All right.
Jed Clampett.
Who that is.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good to see y'all.
Good night.
goodbye.